Musk could make up a $75 million shortfall for 300 years and still have $25 billion left over to, quote, survive on. Elon Musk was at, it's called the DealBook Summit. And the DealBook Summit is where a lot of brands go to talk to advertisers. And more or less, it's a dog and pony show where they say, look at our brand. This is what we're doing in 2024. Come advertise with us. Okay. And he was on stage being interviewed by a guy at this DealBook Summit. And he had some harsh words for his critics, which, once again, so excited to see your reaction to this. So here we go. This is what he was being asked about some of the advertisers who have pulled from X.
Obviously, you know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour.
And I'm talking about, this was him going to Israel not too long ago.
Okay.
If you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger
I hope
today.
they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
Oh.
But
go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
And that is a direct shot at Bob Iger. Okay, so since you haven't seen that before, what are your thoughts on that, Melonie?
First of all, the Leon Kennedy bomber jacket was cool. Secondly, good for him. I think that's great. I have to say though, and maybe this is just me being a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I am always a little apprehensive about being fully on team Elon. Now, while I am as a whole, like overall, like, okay, yeah, most of the time he's saying the right things, I can't help but feel like, okay, is this a good cop, bad cop type thing where you've got Elon saying all the things that we want to hear, and then you have people like Bill Gates appealing to the vegan people and stuff and the blue hairs and all that. So yeah, that's the thing is it's like, okay, is he really on our side, the side of the people so much, or is a lot of it just telling us what we want to hear? I mean, he does have like brain microchips coming out in the future and all that, which I absolutely will not be participating in. So yeah, but in this specific instance, that's awesome that he said that. I can't fully trust everything, but that was cool.
Right. And I think that a lot of people pointed out, for a free speech absolutist, which is what he says, there's people who are still banned, like Alex Jones, who, he can't get back on X. Right.
Right.
And even our boy Camelot got banned for some frivolous, stupid reasons. Right. Now, Camelot,
and
obviously.
Cecil as well, another one of our friends. So it's just like, yeah, that's another thing is, sometimes Elon's saying all these right things and stuff like that, but he's not always practicing what he preaches there, or especially with Alex Jones. I mean, he should be back. That should be a given.
Right. So I think in a situation like Alex Jones, that's an Elon decision. Somebody like Camelot, with all due respect to Cam, I love Cody, but he's not Alex Jones, right? So that's somebody way down the totem pole making that decision at Twitter. So Elon has no idea that Camelot has been banned, right?
Yeah.
So, it's a small fish in comparison to Alex Jones, who, this is one of the most controversial guys on the internet, right? Or at least most talked about guys on the internet. But I think you nailed it. I think in this instance, it's great to see. And there's so many people, specifically in today's society, where they say, do you like this person? Do you not like this person? There's nuance in every situation. There's a lot of people who have done and said really great things and really bad things, who have also said and done the opposite of whatever they're known for. There's very few cases of black and white. And Elon, there are a lot of shades of gray. And we talked about yesterday how if you're a billionaire, you have some skeletons in your closet. You've definitely crossed some people in different ways. So anyway, so but it's very exciting to see him.
Well, and especially with Elon, is it's like, dude, there's no. Is he really a billionaire just for selling cars? I mean,
Right,
I
right.
don't. I don't know.
Yes. Well, 100%. I mean, yeah, there's a lot there. And do you become the richest person in the world by selling cars and selling PayPal? Because he was, with PayPal early on and all
Right,
that.
right.
So, anyways, the list of companies that have pulled their advertising from X has been listed, and I thought it'd be good to touch on this today, which you can only assume and make the assumption that these are the companies that are attempting to blackmail Elon Musk, because all this happened in the last week. And these companies are the usual suspects, including Apple, Disney, the Washington Post, NBC, IBM, Marvel, Sony Pictures, CBS, the Colbert Show, Comcast, Lionsgate, and Warner Brothers Discovery.
They're all trash. It's like the trash of the trash.
Well, let's put this in perspective. NBC, that's a major national network.
Mm-hmm.
CBS, major national network. Disney, owned by the other. That's the biggest entertainment company in the world, right? Pulling it. Washington Post, one of the I guess one of the larger papers in the United States. The fact that like an individual show like the Colbert Show would pull their advertising revenue is kind of crazy. But Warner Brothers Discovery, this is a multi-billion-dollar company, and
Yeah.
going back to like IBM, one of the biggest technology companies in the world. So, as pointed out by this person, like, is it time to boycott them?
Right. But I mean, a lot of these companies are already losing money in en masse right now anyway. So it's like, look at Marvel, look at Disney. Almost everything they're producing are not meeting expectations lately. So this is an interesting turn of events. But I think in terms of Elon Musk and what his plan is anyway, I think he's got a bigger picture than just, oh, let me just buy Twitter and essentially let it be the same platform except freedom of speech. And I'm going to make all my money back from ads. Like, I don't think that is the overall plan. I think he wants to have like the ultimate content creator platform. I think he's wanting to probably focus a lot more on tapping into viewer supported things like we see here on stream with memberships, super chats, things like that. And so Elon has really just scratched the surface of what he's going to be doing with the platform. And yeah, I think that's one reason why he's not worried about, ads right now.
Yeah, and I agree. I think this was pointed out on actually a comment. And I want to make sure I get this right. This was an amazing comment on yesterday's video, which was like, wow, that is crazy to see. I want to make sure I pull this up, but it's about the amount of money that Elon Musk could stand to lose over the next like 300 years. It was something to the effect of Elon Musk could lose $75 million for the next 300 years and still have like $75 billion to work with. So the idea of like taking a haircut, I say taking a haircut, taking a haircut of 75 million for 300 years is just crazy to see. But hey, I can't find it because we have so many comments on the channel. That's a great thing. So, but thank you guys. Continuing comment on all of our videos. That stuff boosts engagement and helps us here on YouTube and Discovery as we use YouTube as a billboard to promote everything else. So, but anyways, it's just a really fascinating comment, and it really puts in perspective how much money he truly makes and has. So crazy to think. So, okay, but let's say we have that, and I thought I'd show you this as well. We talked about this yesterday, but if you liked that clip of him just kind of flipping the double birds to all the advertisers, and by the way, him saying that, he was saying that in front of all the advertisers.
Yeah.
And it was it's just amazing stuff. But this was awesome. Nobody talked about this yesterday, and Musk came out and delivered this. This was a very profound statement, I felt.
And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them.
It's like ding, 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 ding.
That is true, and that really that really speaks about all of the SJWs on Twitter right now who are, I mean, who have been on Twitter, and a lot of people who front cancel campaigns and things like that is they care about the illusion of themselves looking good, and that's one reason why they constantly go after people and try to cancel people, because it's like, here, let's shine a light on this person for a slur they used or a word they said 10 years ago or something of that nature, so that I can look good right now and nobody's focusing on me and my flaws as a human being. We're all going to attack this person. I mean, meanwhile, they're ruining people's lives. Let's forget about that. It's all about the illusion of virtue for
Right.
them.
And I think that's actually an interesting conversation, talking about finding things from 10, 15 years ago. I actually had that conversation yesterday with my
Yeah.
daughter about, like, we have not really introduced the internet to our
Good.
kids at the house, because you can't get the toothpaste back in the
Right.
toothpaste, into the
Mhm.
container. But they have been on, like, Pinterest with my wife
Right.
to search for, like, recipes and stuff. But
Mhm.
it's not like, hey, here's the internet, go crazy. But I was talking to my older one yesterday about, like, look, what you say on the internet, it will be found. It lives
Yep.
forever. The internet is undefeated, and you need to be conscious of that. And we talked a lot about social media and how it's fake, and how all these people are just posting the best points of their life, and nobody posts their
Mhm.
worst moments and stuff. We've had that conversation multiple times, and I feel like my older one understands that, and but it's just, you got to constantly reinforce.
That's good.
that fact.
It affects your life, both professionally and personally as well, because any type of friendships, relationships, anything like that. I mean, you have everything online that especially people who've been online for a very long time. I know, like myself, I've been online a long time, and so there's going to be all kinds of things that I've said that I don't that I don't agree with now that I did back then, or um, and I'm sure
Yeah,
there's a
of
lot of things
course.
I say now that 20 years down the road, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, okay, well, I don't totally align with that now." Um,
And
and
why would you? Because you
I
change
know
as a person. That's
exactly, but
so.
it's just like, all that's there forever,
Yeah.
and yeah. So sometimes people will pull up like an old tweet I said or something, and I'll see it, and I'll cringe.
Right, right. And that's natural. I think we've all said and done things in the past that you're like,
Yeah.
So, but that's just, it's natural. By the way, I
Mhm.
did find that comment. It says Musk is worth 250 billion. Musk could make up a $75 million shortfall for 300 years and still have $25 billion left over to, quote, survive on. Like, what
That's
a comment,
insane.
right?
He
I
should
mean,
have
yeah.
dropped me.
So it's like Twitter, Twitter, that is like a pet project for him. It's not, he's not gonna need to lose sleep over Disney, Marvel, not putting ads on there.
No.
Imagine if he
He's
starts his
fine.
own company, like for movies and stuff, and just does whatever he wants.
100%.
Oh.
Like, the world is it, like, for a guy who has that much money, the ability to change culture, and he sees X as his opportunity to change culture, because
Mhm.
yes, he could invest in creating content, or he could have everybody creating content on his platform, right? Which I think
Right.
ultimately makes more sense than him investing in a production company, having people post their content that they spent money on his platform that he curates. That makes way more sense to him, I feel, and is a better use of his time. But what do you think about this? Leave us a comment down below. We read every single one of them. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button, because you have found your home for common sense in the gaming and entertainment worlds.